Rise and shine. You're watching WCTV Eyewitness News. The Good Morning Show starts now.
It's 6:30 and look at there.
What a nice looking sunrise.
It really is. This is a live view from the WeatherStem camera at Island View Park East, Franklin County. Man, they always get that beautiful sunrise there. It's just something about this camera view there. Always looks good. I don't know, but does it feel as good as it looks? Because it's muggy in some areas.
I bet it's a little sticky outside for sure. We're at that point during the year, right? You gotta
already
kind of
so early though.
Yeah. I'm going to see a lot of temperatures way up in the 70s this morning. I do think some rain chances should help to keep those numbers from getting as high for as long as they've been over the past couple of afternoons. 2 days in a row, we're talking like 7-8 hours of numbers up over 90. Daytime highs in the mid 90s. That's hot. That's humid. It's uncomfortable. It's only early June. We're not supposed to have this kind of stuff until early July, but we've been getting it. It's 75 in Bainbridge right now. Apalachicola is at 79. Perry's at 74. Tallahassee's at 73. Now, the radar here going to show us a couple of spots where a few showers are trying to droop into our area south of Montgomery, northwest of Dothan. We'll watch, we'll see as some of these do approach our area later this morning, and a better chance to get some showers coming this afternoon. It's not an everybody gets wet all day kind of thing, but there should be enough showers to keep those temperatures from getting as high. Got lots to break down with that full forecast. We'll do it in just a couple of minutes. All right, let's do some more coverage now in Tallahassee as TPD mourns an officer killed in a head-on crash with a shooting suspect on the run.
The suspect, 37-year-old Tyrone Cleveland, accused of opening fire on his family and then ramming the officer's car. Our Michelle Roberts back in the studio with us with more on Cleveland and where the investigation stands. Michelle, what can you tell us?
Lenitra, Rob, we did some research and found Cleveland has a history of drugs and domestic violence and has been to state prison in Florida and Georgia. Court records show Cleveland was arrested in Tallahassee for a violent domestic attack in 2012 and then resisting U.S. Marshals who came to arrest him. Cleveland was sentenced to 4 years in prison for it. And Georgia Department of Corrections records show Cleveland has done time in prison there too, mostly for cocaine sales in Grady County. Cleveland was released from prison in Florida in 2016, taken to Valdosta State Prison and released again in 2017. And we'll have continuing coverage on the ongoing investigation and this tragic loss for our community coming up at noon and this evening.
All right, thank you so much, Michelle. But tributes for the fallen officer are pouring in from across Florida. Governor DeSantis tweeting yesterday afternoon that he and the First Lady are praying for the family of the officer who sacrificed his life and for those injured in this horrific act. He said the suspect would be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
And the Lafayette County Sheriff's Office, one of many state agencies showing support, writing a social media post saying in part that they share the loss of a fellow officer and are offering his family their thoughts and prayers. Now you can keep up with all the new developments in this case, see tributes from law enforcement agencies across our region and more, all on our website. That's WCTV.tv.
In other news, the Tallahassee City Commission approved the final draft to make the Jay Gaither Golf Course and the surrounding Southwest Park for listing on the National Register. The motion passed unanimously. The golf course is named after the legendary FAMU football coach Jake Gaither, with a favorable recommendation from the review board as well. The nomination proposal will go to Washington, D.C. for consideration for a National Historic designation. And covering North Florida, every school district has rules regarding discipline.
Sure, that makes sense. But at a recent Jackson County School Board meeting, one member says some punishments are too harsh. Ramsey Romero tells us what the officials decided.
Being caught with drugs or drinking underage can cause problems outside of just high school. But Jackson County school officials say they want to put a stop to that behavior now.
But if we can deter kids from drinking underage or from using illegal substances underage, we're doing our job.
School board member Chris Johnson questioned if the punishment for some students was too harsh, specifically how long some students have to go to alternative school if they break the rules. But school principals and the board voted to keep the rules the same. Jackson County students who commit level 3 offenses like bringing drugs or alcohol on campus will still be sent to Jackson Alternative School for 90 days. Which is not a change from past rules.
And it's for extreme behaviors, drugs and alcohol, and it's a 90-day program, and it is based on days of good behavior.
However, the district did add a separate 4th category of offenses, and those include things like sexual assault, arson, and homicide.
So anything that would now be in our class 4, which are the most extreme, behaviors, would be an automatic recommendation for expulsion.
District officials say they want to discourage these behaviors as early as possible, and that's why they voted to keep the rules the same.
And you can contact the school board for questions on the disciplinary plan if you have any questions. That number is on your screen.
After almost a year of construction, a popular road in Tallahassee is now back open. Yesterday afternoon, officials cutting the ribbon on a new and improved Benton Road. Those living on neighboring streets say they saw increased traffic in their areas due to the closure between Centerville and Thomasville roads. The president of the Benton Hills Neighborhood Association thanking them for their patience with the project.
I know you've been putting up with a lot of pain, basically, with a lot of traffic, speeders, noise, trash, you name it, you've had it, and you've borne up very well through all that.
In addition to reconstructing the road, the city also added crosswalks and upgraded the area's water, sewer, and drainage systems.
Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
All right, our 24-hour temperature cast wants to start those numbers a little higher, but not take them as high this afternoon. I still think 90s in play, but not for the duration that we had 90s for the past couple of days, 7-8 hours each of the last couple of days. Today, more clouds, better chances for showers to slow down a little bit of that heat. Of course, the humidity is still going to be enough where you notice it all day long for sure. There are some showers north and west of Dothan, trying to droop a little bit more towards the south and east, but a lot of this is moving maybe a little bit more to the east instead of to the south and east. These boundaries, they try to get here and then they get a little bit of resistance, and it takes a while for them to drift in our way. So we'll watch, we'll see. We still expect that boundary to be close enough to put the squeeze on the air and help to generate a few more showers for us even later this morning, but probably better chances with some additional energy later on today and over the next several days. How about those numbers this morning from the cool spot in Live Oak, 72, across city it's 71, to the warm spot at Apalachicola where it's 79. You'll see a lot of 73s and 4s out there. Quincy and Tallahassee and Thomasville and Montreal at 73 this morning. Now here's the future cast. As we go through just today, I see maybe an increase in clouds, a couple of showers trying by lunchtime, a few more this afternoon. It all depends on where that energy is when that boundary is getting here. Now over the next few days, as that boundary lingers across the Gulf Coast and more pockets of energy ride along it, that's when we get those better chances for showers. And it's going to look and feel like it should be raining a lot more than it actually does. I think we go through the day today with a lot of that threatening look and feel, but only pockets of showers and storms. Now there can be some bigger storms mixed in there with some wind gusts, some heavy downpours, some frequent lightning. But then there's going to be more pockets where it's not raining at all. And that's going to happen for the next several days. So if you've got outdoor plans, there's going to be periods of the day, no problem with it whatsoever. There's going to be some periods of the day where there will be some rain and maybe some heavy rains mixed in there. So something to keep in mind. Please keep checking in with us. We'll have updates as we're able to track when these showers get going and where they're going, and maybe to estimate those windows when you have the opportunity to get outdoor stuff better for you. So keep checking in with us. We'll have updates. Winds on the Gulf today out of the west, 12 to 22. If you want to operate the small craft, use a little caution. We're going from a 40% rain chance early to a 60% chance this afternoon. I think the warm spots can get into the low 90s. Tonight, more muggy, more fog, more 70s. And here's that extended forecast where at least the daytime highs won't be as high for as long. Those rain chances are going to be 60 or 70% for the next few days. But remember, that doesn't mean it's going to rain all the time everywhere, because it's not.